Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Destiny world. DRBMiller here. How's everyone doing? Has your Sunday been as enjoyable as expected? Were you resting? Were you watching Twitch, perhaps doing some of your favourite games as well? Well, mine certainly has been exactly like that. A very, very good Sunday, very restful. I was not able to have my earlier morning stream today due to my commitments, but we are going to be doing a few hours of Destiny 1 and my Warlock right now. As you know, I'm chasing that one extra point to get to 400 light, and that is the task. Yesterday I was trying to do it, but unfortunately there was a problem with Bungie servers, so I was booted out halfway through the strike 3 times, and then at the end I just called it a night because I didn't really want to carry on if, for instance, that strike was not going to be completed. And obviously at the end of that strike I need to open the chest with my skeleton key in order to get that one gauntlet of 400 light level, and therefore increase my, well, complete my character. So therefore we are going to do this today, but I don't really fancy doing by myself. Just wondering if anybody else wants to come in. Excuse me. Maybe I'll just wait and see whether there is anybody else popping in and having a look, because obviously this broadcast is outside of our usual schedule, therefore not many people might be having a look. As you know, next week is all about E3, and this weekend is all about EA Play, Electronic Arts Play, held in Hollywood, as you know. And yesterday and today we have a lot of community-based activity over there. Yesterday we've had introductions on several games, and in fact the schedule in here is as it stands. Obviously I'll tell you a bit more about it, but basically what I say is weekends are meant for play, and this year they moved EA Play to Saturday, June the 8th, and Sunday, June the 9th. This weekend, the players coming to the Hollywood Palladium will get hands-on with our games. The games being obviously Electronic Arts games. They're the publishers. So the games in question are Apex Legends, Anthem, The Sims 4, new Battlefield 5 content, new EA Sports. All those games are going to be there, and obviously ready for everyone to go hands-on. Also, they are having an exciting Star Wars experience that will include an inside look at Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Indeed, that was live on air yesterday. Players coming to Hollywood to join EA within the EA Play Fan Fest can also book tickets and hours for the on-site event as stated. And basically the festival hours yesterday were 9 AM to 7 PM, and guess what, today we are having a similar schedule, 10 AM to 7 PM. So that's for the people who are going to be present there on site. For everyone being online, Electronic Arts will be skipping the press conference this year and are replacing it with multiple live streams that will air on Saturday, June the 8th, bringing you more of what you've told basically Electronic Arts that you want. More gameplay and insights from the teams making the games. Electronic Arts will have some content creators streaming live from their Creatorscape in the Hollywood Palladium. So these schedules are, I believe, for the streams that really would have gone, and that was 9:15 AM Pacific countdown to play. Then we had 9:30 Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and that was hosted by online personality Greg Miller. 10 o'clock AM Apex Legends, hosted by commentator Alex Mendez. Then 10:30, that was for Battlefield 5, hosted by online personality Julia Hardy and EA's Adam Freeman. Julia, you will know obviously if you are British from our BBC monthly game show, which is accessible either through the BBC Live, or indeed you can watch it on BBC Player at will. So Julia also does lots of other she's a presenter for lots of other shows that include also Xbox and Inside Xbox and all the other ones, and definitely one of our best presenters from the video gaming industry world. And at 11 o'clock AM there was EA Sports FIFA, that was also hosted by Alex Mendez. And then there was EA Sports Madden NFL, hosted by Adam Rank. And then at the end of the day, the Sims 4, which indeed were, let's see, actually not at the end of the day, this was halfway through the day. The Sims 4, hosted by Julia Hardy. So everyone could obviously watch that through YouTube, Twitch, Twitter and any other channel. And actually the best way of doing it is either by watching it live or indeed watching it on replay. And there were lots of news coming out of those presentations yesterday. I didn't have enough time really in the course of the day to look at everything, and my commitments were sort of clashing with the schedule, but I'm examining it, bit by bit. And as said, lots of interesting presentations for everyone who is indeed in awe of some of these games. Obviously, we are very interested in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Apex Legends, of course, Battlefield 5, and Anthem. So these are the games that I'm obviously keeping my eyes on. And there was some, obviously, new content introduced yesterday, coming from Battlefield 5. There are 2 different chapters. We've had the Cataclysm event related to Anthem. We've had a new character introduced that is going to be basically part of Season 2 of Apex Legends, and I'm not sure about The Sims 4. I've not played the game, and there were also some interesting behind-the-scenes developments, which I think Julia was going to present. So this is all about E5 as well. It's a prelude to the big week, and we are very, very excited to hear more on all of those news. I can see that we have some people already here today. Sorry for you. See us saying hello, Daniel. Nice to see your stream. No worries at all. Thanks very much for coming in. In fact, my streams this week were delivered somewhat outside of my schedule, because yesterday we've had 2 streams. I think 3 or 4 hours in the morning and about 3 hours in the evening. And that's different to what I usually do. Usually I have it sort of 10 to 4 in the morning, and today, also due to my commitments, we are having a shorter stream, which is just basically keeping everyone abreast, as we want to have 1 Destiny stream per day on average, and we'll be doing the task that is ahead of my Warlock in order to raise the light level to 400. So thank you for coming, and obviously thank you to everyone else. I prefer to deliver my streams within the exact schedule, but that's been very difficult this week, and I apologize. And indeed, next week we are going to have some other intrusions, and they will be coming from E3, as I will be obviously streaming and watching all of those presentations. The fact is that some of those will be taking place later in the day due to the time difference, and that's quite good, so it's not going to be interfering as much. But on the other hand, if there were to be some other interesting news or live presentations, then indeed I will be watching that for the obvious reason, which is I want to be fully on board, and I want to know about everything that's happening out there in the video gaming industry. And E3 is happening just once a year, and as you know, there will be many industry participants, as well as many people from worldwide attending the convention, and then communicating with some of that some of those representatives of those big firms who are indeed producing some of the most incredible video games of all times. So that is all ahead of us. As you know, the convention will be taking place next week, Tuesday to Thursday, and everyone needs to get ready. For all of you who are on Xbox, we are going to have a big presentation done by Microsoft today. It will start at 2100 hours British Standard Time, that is 9 o'clock PM UK time, or 10 o'clock PM European time, Central European time. So if you're interested if you want to find out what novelties there are going to be, what we are going to be watching and anticipating through Xbox and Microsoft, then obviously you need to be there. It will be quite lengthy, I think 2.5 to 3 hours long, with the presenters and the team who are obviously familiar to everyone through Inside Xbox on a monthly basis, and various other events that Xbox and Microsoft run. They really are a way ahead compared to PlayStation in terms of those live presentations, and I always enjoy watching all of them, although sometimes they talk about games that I'm not particularly interested in. It's just the quality of their broadcast that really draws me in, as well as their intention to draw in all the community members, which in fact is second to none. The approach where they're reading tweets, they are offering rewards, they're offering many other things which are like special offers to the dedicated community members. And I think certainly with the new Xbox console on horizon, we are likely to be seeing some new introductions to that sort of community interactivity as well. So I really look forward to that. All of that is before us next week. But anyone who would have missed the presentations on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Battlefield 5, Apex Legends, Anthem and The Sims 4 and EA Sports, well, absolutely immediately you can just head to EA YouTube channel, or indeed you can just double check the Twitch and all of those presentations are there for you. I'm very excited to see that there's been a lot of work done on Star Wars, and there were lots of complaints about the last 2 games, and as you know, a lot of people were concerned about the absence of that wonderful RPG content, and I think this time around we are going to be having a lot more, so a lot to look forward to. I still have to be examining all that has been offered, but certainly it does look and sound really interesting. And I've had some messages from other people who are on EA Origins and EA Play who are really truly satisfied. Equally, I had a few for my presentation on Destiny 2 and all that is to come in the course of the next 6 months, and they were particularly pleased to hear that I've read out everything that was received from Bungie, and the entire development was actually pronounced, step by step yesterday and the day before yesterday, and people were really looking forward to that new book being introduced in September, as well as that cross-platform save, which is going to be quite pivotal in terms of our community work. We are going to be able to bring in everyone from all platforms into one arena in due course. Initially, we'll be able to import our characters regardless of the platform we play our Destiny on, and that is really what we wanted from the beginning. So it is being made possible, and in addition to that, we have obviously a standalone section of Destiny 2 which is going to be offered free of charge to everyone wherever they are, and they'll be able to enter Destiny universe, get more knowledgeable, they'll be able to crack on with the game, get introduced to the characters, and I'm quite certain that the standalone free piece is going to be quite packed with activity in order to draw people's attention and indeed to coerce them into purchasing all the other content. So these are all wonderful news coming out of Bungie. Some of you had emailed me indicating that you think the divorce between Activision and Bungie was the best thing that could have happened. Some of you feel that Bungie are indeed taking the best possible direction, and this is the way forward. Some people also think that Bungie is becoming an independent studio yet again, and they said that they could really feel and see through the news and announcement that Destiny 2 is progressing rapidly forward and actually getting to the stage where in fact it should have been right from the start. And some of my community members also did say that after the 2 seasons, and obviously the 3rd season commencing at the moment, they feel that Destiny 2 is actually kind of taking shape of the game that Destiny 1 wanted to be right at the beginning. Well, I'm not sure whether I would fully agree, because the concept of Destiny 2 is somewhat different, and also it has this ongoing evolving world with annual pass seasons and all the other content that is going to be brought in. So therefore it's significantly different in terms of its format, but I think visually and maybe in terms of the overall interactions, that certainly was the idea. The idea was to have a game that was alive, vibrant, energetic, a game that will have a long shelf life, i.e. the time in circulation that is going to be drawing in a lot of interest through months and years, and also with many interesting characters, activities, and content. And that's exactly what is happening right now. I think with 3 seasons delivered within a period of 9 months, we are going to be experiencing something quite different from September. And considering that the cross-platform save will be easily accessible, we are going to be having 2 things happening literally on the same day, and that is going to be the new book, i.e. the new chapter of Destiny being introduced altogether, and then also that cross-platform save through which people can then import everything they achieved in Destiny 2. As you know, a lot of people have not done what some of us veterans are indeed doing, which is to work on all 3 characters and raise the light level and all of it. The vast majority of the games have 1 character, and they will be playing that 1 character up to the point where they feel they've done everything. They completed every single section of the game, they raised the power level and everything else, and therefore it is going to be very useful, because that character with all the weapons and everything else can then be imported to, let's say, PC from Xbox or from PlayStation, and one can obviously join hands with people who are in that other community, meaning many other people popping in and watching Twitch streams who will then indeed coming from all platforms, knowing that there will be no difficulty in participating. So that really is the major milestone achievement, I think, for Bungie. I look forward to viewing this in September. I just hope there are not going to be many technical difficulties, but I'm quite certain that Bungie worked on this for quite some time. This has been a plan for a number of years, and regardless of the fact that some people are not keen, having cross-platform access, that is going to take place. And I certainly also hope, and I talked about it at length, that we are going to be having Destiny 1 integrated as well. You know, it is possible that the big publishers will indeed be striving towards a massive big virtual universe where all the installments are present in one space. And I think that definitely is the next step, similar to what you have with television series and films when you have franchise, stretching out a period of 10-20 years. It's always very good to be able to engage with whatever was there before, particularly for the younger viewers, people who are viewing maybe the installment 15 and they want to find out what was happening right at the beginning. So that is really the core of that development. And as you know, the tech is developing at sonic speed, and we really cannot predict what is to follow. And I'm very encouraged, and indeed I'm very, very happy and encouraged to receive all the news, and really look forward to seeing and hearing a lot more. Hopefully some of that will venture obviously through our events next week during the E3 convention. Jerry's here as well. Jerry's saying, hello, good day, fella. And I'm saying good afternoon to you, sir. Perhaps good morning to you, sir, as you are in the US. We are having our stream delayed today a bit due to my commitments, but we'll have a few hours of interesting gameplay here on my Warlock. As you know, I'm just about to reach my level 400, and I really kind of look forward to it all. And we'll just carry on with our gameplay very, very shortly. The other thing I need to mention, and this is really important, and it's really important for all of our Destiny veterans, Destiny 1 veterans, people who are currently doing Destiny 2 Forsaken, and everybody else who is a Destiny enthusiast but perhaps have not bought everything that's been released. We are having a week of the most incredible offers on all sorts of games through State of Game, and that's offered through PlayStation 4 online store. And basically this is the best possible selection of special offers that are going to be accompanying basically the events of the next week, and that's E3. And the list does contain about 143 titles, and all of those are top-notch games in the very best editions. So if you are a follower of Destiny and Destiny 2, what you really need to do is have a look at the list, and I'd say purchase Destiny 2 Forsaken Complete Collection. That usually is a very expensive package, costing about £90, i.e. $90. And within it you will get everything that's been released so far. That also includes the annual pass, meaning you'll have instant access to the seasons released so far. It is absolutely imperative that you get that, because the entire Destiny universe is going down this route. So in no time, everything that we want to play and access is going to be in that universe, and you will need to have that annual pass in order to get into the arena, and in order to experience all the novelties that are to be introduced through those seasons. They did say they will not be releasing any more standalone DLC packages like in the past, but everything is going to be a part of that annual pass scheme. And therefore when you purchase the special offer, which is not offered at $90 but only on $34.99, i.e. £34.99, that actually is the best price on that digital complete edition ever offered. So everything is in it. You get Cade's Secret Stash, you get extra engrams, extra weapons, you get all the content released so far, access to annual seasons, and the annual pass. So that is a fantastic offer, and that's something that everybody, unless you already are obviously having it in your library, should have in their possession. So please definitely have a look and purchase that Destiny 2 Forsaken Complete Edition, because I'm quite certain you will not be able to get it on such a good price in the near future. There may be some offers later in the year around Christmas, but it's possible that the entire universe will move on, and therefore the prices will be increased due to the additional content. So that's the best possible price you can get. And remember, if you purchase it, install it, you have access between now and let's say the June of 2020 will be included. Everything is going to be basically in that package, and any other additional content, DLC raids, any story missions, any weapons, that all will come in through those seasons, and therefore you'll be able to access them straight away. So really absolutely incredible that they're offering it at such a low price. I'm personally very, very delighted and surprised, and I did talk on my broadcast several times. I was waiting for that moment. The moment is here, and therefore all of us can purchase it and indeed indulge, engage, and explore the Destiny 2 Forsaken universe, which is delivered through the seasons. So that's the experience I had not had so far, and I've been hearing about it through quite a selection of our Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 veterans here, people who are obviously members of our community and who are here with us every single day. And quite a few people asking when are you going to obviously be streaming Destiny 2 again, because we want to join, we want to have a look, and obviously that time is fast approaching. So these are the news, and these are the things which I think are of essence for everyone to follow. It's EA Play this weekend, it is all the other developers and publishers during the next week, and obviously the massive event E3 2019, as well as tonight at 9 o'clock PM UK time, 10 o'clock PM Central European time, the big presentation from Xbox. In fact, they are going to have some presentations tomorrow as well that will be running inside Xbox prior to the actual E3 launch, and each one of those presentations will contain a wealth of information on all that is to follow, and we are very excited about lots of different games. But most importantly, as far as Xbox is concerned, we are curious about two different areas of development. One is to do with their partnership with Sony, and as you know, they talked recently about a new sort of alliance which was created in order for Sony to be able to use their cloud for online services and online saves. So that will be definitely very much of interest. There will be announcements and news on that front. There may be some other partnership news arising from that equation, we'll see. And obviously the one that everybody wants to hear is on the new console, because we've heard Xbox is talking about the launch of a new console that will have no physical drive, and they said they prepared 5 separate models that could be thrown in, which are going to be exclusively digital. And I want to see a bit more on those consoles, and I want to hear a lot more on their tech and everything else that will come together with them, because what is likely is that the consoles will cost less, but some of the services online may cost more. And I think that's just the way things are. We can't be expecting anymore to be purchasing physical products like what we've done in the past, because it's all about the ease of use, it's about ease of access, it's about speed, it's about all other kinds of things which are indeed part and parcel of the video game industry today. The trouble that arises is if there are certain problems, like inability to connect to the server, because if you can't do that, and let's say all of your games are being kept in your library, which is virtual, and you can't access the server, and in this instance we are talking about several servers. We talk about the server sufficing, let's say, PlayStation 4, i.e. PlayStation Network server. Then we have rerouting through the server to the original server providing access to the games. In this instance, for Destiny, we are talking about Bungie. And if there's any sort of problem in accessing those servers, obviously we can't do anything. We are completely prevented from enjoying the game, or indeed accessing the arena. And I'm quite certain also that in the near future those big companies are going to be looking at the ways in which this can be resolved, like some secret download, or you will know that Xbox were having quite a large section of their memory occupied by various other adware and spyware which was investigating how Xbox was being used, in order to make sure that people are not pirating, not using it for obviously illegal criminal purposes. And I'm quite certain that some of that sort could be also introduced in order to, for instance, download certain sections of the game in case they cannot access the there will be obviously certain ways, but we'll need to wait and see whatever the news are. And I'm very excited because I think everyone in Microsoft is very upbeat and positive and forward thinking, and really encouraged about the response to that so far from a very, very large community of users and followers. As you know, Xbox did have many people who were tied to Halo and Destiny and some other proprietary games, like Gears of War 5 is going to be properly introduced, so we really look forward to that, and all the other niceties and news. So that is what is literally ahead of us. So if you are having some time to spare, then head to YouTube or Twitch, have a look at EA Play presentations. They're very, very interesting, very informative. Join us tonight for Xbox presentations after 9 o'clock p.m. UK time, 10 o'clock p.m. Central European time, and indeed join us tomorrow then for Xbox Inside Xbox and for the E3 once it unravels. There'll be lots of other presentations coming from different studios. So if you are, for instance, a BioWare fan or Bethesda fan, or, if you really are acquainted with one of the studios, the very best way of doing it is simply by checking out their websites, perhaps their Twitter first of all, because all the announcements are going to be there. And then, for the announcements on Twitter, you can just click and access whatever you're interested in. And if you want to watch something which is a live presentation, you'll be able to access the schedule. If you want to watch a replay, there will be all videos there for everyone to use at their leisure. So that altogether is truly wonderful. And as I said, similar to what we have in the film industry called Pre-Academy Awards Week, but everything is happening. Well, that's happening right now in the video gaming industry as well. So definitely very much worthwhile of our time and further investigation, and we need to be there to become a bit more knowledgeable on all that is happening in the video game industry right now at this very moment. Okay, so what we are going to do is we'll do some gameplay, and we'll do that. Warlock will carry on with activity from last night. I told you all about the news. I can see that I have a slight lag on my stream, so I need to resolve this, so just bear with us. This is going to be resolved immediately, and after that we'll carry on with our presentation. Right, so it is Warlock Human Male, played by DRBMiller, as usual. Destiny 1 World. We are rapidly moving towards Destiny 2 Forsaken, I have to say, but if anyone's worried, our Destiny 1 presentations will continue on the channel, and we'll just we are going to be integrating Destiny 1 with Destiny 2. I'm not exactly sure what the format is going to be, but we'll make it really very snappy, enjoyable. And Zach is here, and Zach is asking, do you want some help with that strike? The answer is affirmative. So I'm bringing it in straight away, right? Because I do need that help. And yesterday, if you remember, we've had that server crashing 3 times, and I was doing reasonably well. I wasn't really in a hurry, I was just trying out different weapons and different approaches, but I couldn't finish the strike because every time I reached tier 2 or tier 3, the server crashed and was being booted back in the orbit. So it was not possible, and in any case it was late, and I was just really wanting to get my piece at some point in order to increase the light level. So if you want to come in, I'm bringing in. So bear with me, let me see where you are. Are you logged in, Zach? Zach is Elusala now, so just for everyone's information. In fact, I didn't even know that Elusala was Zach, but Zach told me this yesterday. And Zach says, yeah, Void subclass, Galahorn is 100% the best way to go. Yeah, I'm logged in, so let me just see where Zach is. There we are. Chatting party. That's it. Really what's annoying? Every single day before I start my broadcast, I make sure that the options on Fireteam are always left invitation only. And every single day, Bungie keep changing this, and they provide some other option. So that is really, really annoying. And it happens every single day. Hello, Zach. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. How's everything out there?
Yeah, me down, dude. It's doing pretty good.
Good, good. You still in Austin, or you've gone elsewhere?
No, I moved back for the summer. Moved back to my parents' house because
okay.
Don't want to have to pay for the dorm room over the summer.
Understandably so. They're very expensive, and it's always nice to enjoy a bit of change, right? To be away from all of that college
absolutely.
work and the usual kind of drudgery of day to day. And is the parents' place very far from Austin, or is it just in the same vicinity?
It's like an hour or so. It's not Austin, it's Dallas that I was in, but...
Oh, I beg your pardon. Pardon.
Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah, Dallas, it's about an hour away, so Not that far, but
And you
it's
drive then? You drive back to your parents?
yeah,
Or, yeah, yeah. Well, that's pretty
yeah,
good. Always
yeah,
good to have
obviously.
some respite and also have a bit more time to try out all these wonderful games coming out of the industry. I mean, honestly, there are too many, and one doesn't know what to look at first. You know, the game we talked about the other day, I still have it on top of my list. We talked, and definitely looks very interesting, similar to Monster Hunter World. And, it does have that aura. And also a lot of, it has that community element as well. You just feel that lots of different players will jump in. People who like Final Fantasy, people who like Monster Hunter World, all the Japanese kind of RPGs and adventure games. And I guess, like you said, it seems like a lengthy grind, right?
Yeah, it definitely is it's a pretty long grind.
Mm.
Um,
How far did you get with
so
it?
I'm up to the threat level 8 monsters, threat level 8 and 9 out of like 13, but to get to those 13 ones, you have to do a lot more than from like the 1 to 9.
Yeah. Well, I
Also, they
guess,
get a
yeah.
lot harder as you go along.
I guess the idea was probably to, I guess, bring in lots of players initially, and then I'm wondering whether they'll be introducing some extra content that people have to pay for, because obviously it's a game free of charge, and maybe some microtransactions and that sort of thing. Maybe just cosmetics,
Yeah,
you never know.
they have a lot of microtransactions. There's also like this thing called like Elite that they have where it basically like shortens the grind for money, for actual money.
Oh, that's very bad. I hate that. That
Eh,
really.
it's not like a gigantic difference though.
Mm,
Like it's just a few extra materials per activity that you do.
I see.
Um, it's not like you're getting something like super extreme off of it, and then just a bunch of cosmetics after that.
Mm. Well, you know the way community reacts when they hear there are microtransactions. I mean, they'll obviously digest the idea, but they'll want them to be completely outside of any sphere of influence on the actual gameplay. And I guess some of the developers are perhaps in two minds about it. But I talked yesterday on my broadcast about this because, as there are lots of games offered free of charge, I think certain unrealistic expectations are also building within a community that everything needs to be for free. And if you consider, games like Destiny or AAA blockbusters that require anything from 5 to 6 years of preparations and hard work, and it's
Mhm.
down to the developer and then consequently the publisher to decide on what the best route is. Because really, what excites me about Destiny 2 is all the news coming out of Bungie, and they prepared quite a selection that I guess is telling us, well, this is the result of our divorce with Activision. We are having it our own way, and the game's going to be as good as expected, and all of that. And also, I'm kind of thinking what direction this is going to take, because lots of people are against that cross-platform access, and obviously cross-platform save is going to be first of all made accessible from September. Then they'll introduce the new chapter in Destiny, and then I'm wondering what next, and I think
Mhm.
it's likely to be as interesting and as exciting as possible, because lots of people who were very frosty on Destiny 2 really loved the seasons. And I've had many people coming in here saying, the game really massively improved. It really looks good, similar to what we had with the Taken King. And so, definitely, I'd say a good strategy. They're doing well. And I've not seen or heard any complaints about the new season either. Have you looked at it as yet? The one
I've
which,
looked at it.
yeah.
The new raid looks a little bit short for my taste.
Okay.
Because I normally just like look at the PvE
Yeah.
side of it. But I mean, at least there is a new raid unlike last season.
Oh, well.
I do think that the idea of what they did with the raid release with well, I forget what it was called, but they basically locked your light level down on each encounter to a certain level. Like they capped your light level for each encounter so that you don't so that the raid, like the first clear race kind of thing, would have been more fair to people who didn't spend days their entire day on the
Yeah.
game, several days up to the release of the new DLC to try to like optimize their the amount of light that they could gain really quickly.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's tricky. It's tricky, and I think I quite like the idea of offering maybe 3 or 6 difficulty levels. You know, what they tried in Anthem, and the idea is very good because you can be applying, those difficulty levels as you go along. And then in Anthem, they said they would want people who are doing the other 3, i.e., insanely difficult levels. They want to do them, to get some extra loot, extra kit. But actually, at the end of the day, the game backfired. It's not fully finished as yet, so we still need to wait and see what happens next. But I like the idea, because for the vast majority of gamers, it is about that enjoyment, entertainment, and obviously for some people it is also about a little bit of extra. And then you can choose appropriately, what you want to be getting through, and eventually you can team up with people who are on the same level. Meaning, if people want to be doing raids as a very highly competitive team, they can obviously get together and do it on the top tier level. Otherwise, so it's always good fun, and I think options really help. I do not like the games that are making sure that people are paying for certain content which indeed is perhaps not necessary. That I don't like at all, and that's been a strategy among some of the developers for those free of charge games. I've had some messages from other online entrepreneurs and broadcasters saying, with Apex we bought the big pack because we thought such and such. Actually, later we discovered, and they maybe jumped gun basically. And I think Jerry was asking you about your college, and Jerry says, "What school are you attending?" Yeah, you answered him as well. Yeah, and Jerry says Jerry is in favor of free-to-play games. Absolutely, we all are. It's just the trouble that sometimes the initial free-to-play turns a bit, sour at a later stage when introducing various bits that need to be paid for, and particularly if they are to be affecting the actual gameplay, which I think is unreasonable. Sorry for you says, are you doing some Seaver strikes? Yes, we will do. Well, not actually, not today. Today we are going to be doing 1 strike, and that strike is on Venus in order to raise my light level to 400, and we know that the item I'm after is going to be delivered right at the end, so that is what we are going to be doing. So Zach, I think you wanted to tell me something about the strike and some of the tactics which we could use.
Basically, it doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah.
Because that was for solo strats, but for this I would honestly just use my highest gear at this point, just so you don't have to switch anything at the end, because the run up to it is going to be really easy since I'm on a Titan and I can just skate with it.
Okay. No, it's no big deal really. For me, I was in a hurry yesterday, and it was a bit of a challenge really, because obviously the strike is on the hard difficulty level, but the problem I had was with the server. It just kept switching everything off, and then during the initial wave, I made a serious error, and therefore I was eliminated, so I had to be doing it all from the beginning. But otherwise, for the second or the third attempt, I was doing alright, so there weren't any major difficulties. We have obviously Sorry For You in here, who also wants to come in. Are you happy for me to bring in Sorry For You as well, so it can be a 3-piece?
I mean, go for it. There is, if we get the Vex version, the normal Vex version, there is one thing I want to do on the second area that makes the third area about 10 times easier that he's going to have to wait on. But other than that, yeah, it's just going to be like normal. So
cool. Let me just ask Sorry For You.
Boss cheese.
Yeah, let me just ask Sorry For You. What is your user ID, Sorry For You? Because I can't see you on the list here. What is your user ID? Just tell us and we'll bring you in. Also, I'm aware of the fact that you were not live on air with us before. Just keep in mind this is a family-friendly channel, and everything we do here is family-friendly in terms of the user language and comments and views and that sort of thing. We never talk about any judgment and that sort of thing. So that's really very, very important, as the channel is moderated. And because it's moderated, I have 2 companies that do that for me, and they take action if anything is done which is sort of clashing with the rules. I'm just asking again, Sorry For You, what is... Oh yeah, I can see you here. Okay, cool, I've got you. So I'll invite you to the fire team, and I'll also send you my party chat. And sorry for you is saying, you're kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you. This is very heavily moderated, and there were people who were live on air, said few things, and you know, we had problems then afterwards because they were obviously banned for life, and we don't really want that to happen at any stage, because there's very little I can do after, you know, mods get in, and it's just a procedure that everyone follows. So there's no swearing basically, and there's no anything said which is considered family unfriendly or potentially offensive, and that includes judgment or comments on other players, and that's strictly prohibited here. All right, so let me just have a look. We have also our friend Sorry For You, and he also wants to come in for the first time, so that is Sorry For You, I guess the debut here on my channel. So we'll bring in also party chat. Sorry For You, you probably will have your headset and your mic fully active. If you do so, please make sure your privacy settings are switched on public, which means that everybody can hear you when we play, because obviously everything we do is recorded, and we have it on playback as well as obviously throughout our live coverage. We want people to be able to hear everyone. I think our friend Sorry For You has joined us. Hello, how are you doing? Likewise, take care, and very good to see you here with us today, and very glad to see that you were able to join us. We are going to be doing some of those, well, one strike in fact, in order to raise the light level to 400, and the strike is, I'll tell you exactly which one. It's on Venus. Zach and me were just discussing it. We'll have Echo Chamber. No, that's not it. Hang on a minute. Yeah, that's right. Echo Chamber. Sure. That is the one. So what we... Well, to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure whether I do or not. But what I do need is one gauntlet, and that gauntlet needs to be 400. And I believe that we are going to be getting it as we get to the chest right at the end, and then once we open a chest, I'll be able to acquire it, and that item will then raise my light level to 400. So that's pretty good, and that's what we are looking forward to, really. We'll increase the difficulty level to normal, which is light 320, and then obviously we'll do everything possible to get there in order to obviously acquire that gauntlet. I was doing it yesterday by myself, and it didn't really work out because Bungie servers were having some technical problems, so I got disconnected quite a few times and I was unable to finish the strike. But obviously today, doing it as 3-piece is going to be a lot easier. So let's just look at the actual tactics and weapons. I think Zach was suggesting Galahorn as one of the weapons that we need to use, and that would be for the heavy. You'll have your Galahorn on, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he can...
Yes, of course.
Yes, you do. Trust me, I literally just did this and got them, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Zach does.
I mean, I can walk him through it.
Yeah, Zach does know. That's near that central pillar, and I guess one of us can do it rather than all three of us. You know.
All of us have to do it. Yeah, we have to. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Well, I'll actually have to obviously follow your example, because I've not done it like that before, and I like running around. But I'll just yeah. The idea is simply to do it together and obviously get to the desired target at the end. And I'm just coming back to weaponry, because I usually use Imago Loop. I use my sniper, and I was using my Thunderlord yesterday. Would you recommend Thunderlord, or do you want me to use Truth?
It's good enough. With 3 people, it'll go really quickly anyway. Plus, we're not going to be dealing with most of the ads, because I'm going to be taking the relic and skating with it.
Okay. Right. So it sounds like we are all ready to rock and roll, right? Roger that. If everyone's ready, we'll crack on. Or would you need to do any admin, or do you need to collect any weapons?
Nope, we're good. We're good.
Zach's good. Sorry for you. Also good. Wonderful. We are cracking on, and we'll be doing this strike.
Daniel, I would suggest putting my jump on focused burst.
Okay.
The second one down.
Focus burst. Focus control. Focus burst.
No,
okay.
focus burst. The one under.
The
Yeah.
Vex still mourn the
and then my
loss of the
grenade on
Nexus
pulse
mind.
because just
But
arc
for
bolts
the
are
Vex,
terrible.
Time is relative. In one moment, a construct is lost.
Okay.
In the next, it is reborn.
We'll keep
When a
those.
powerful part of the network is lost, the restorative mind is summoned.
I was actually trying out that perk on grenades because it was a new one.
That if it is not destroyed,
Otherwise, I was using the other ones.
Nexus mind reborn.
Most of the times, I was using. What is it? Pulse grenade, and then sometimes storm grenade as well. The last one's
The
just
storm grenade is.
tried, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, it's okay in PvP, but like
Yeah.
PvE is. Yay.
Strike is about to commence.
I'm detecting a series of concentric barriers around the bridge site.
They protect the time bridge and seek to undo what we have done.
I've gone the wrong way, I think.
Unless I'm mistaken, barrier technology of this nature is unstable.
I'm going straight for relic.
She's right. Find an arc source. You can use it to short out the barriers. Guardian down.
But I'm already done.
There's a sniper in there. You gone up already? Did you pick up the relic?
Yeah, I've already deposited the first relic.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
I love Titan for this strike. So nice.
That captain was flying, that's pretty good. What I need to do is I just need to put some synthesis on because I'm out of special ammunition. Special weapon ammunition. Oh, I got killed. Boo. That's not very good, is it?
If you can, deposit the second relic now.
No, don't worry, I'm alive. I've respawned. So I'll come in, don't worry. All good. special weapon is a lot more powerful than primary. The enemies seem to be shielded, some of them. Okay.
I assume someone has the relic in their hands, right?
No, I don't have it. Don't have it. I didn't pick it up. Yeah, the relic's coming. Cool. There we are.
You've proven you're a threat. Be
I'll
ready,
grab this next
Guardian.
one.
Their fear has turned to anger.
Hey, sorry, can you drop that, please? I can skate it. Thank you. I already killed all the portals, by the way, so there's not going to be many enemies. It's already in.
Oops. What was that?
I should have wiped you guys forward, whatever, though.
No, don't know that. Trailing behind. Getting there, though. I'm just stacking some of the clouds in there.
Sorry, again, let me get the relic, because I can skate it again. I can actually do a way quicker skate than I can for any other class on this one. Relic's in.
The Nexus Mind must have been a vital resource. The very appearance of the restorative mind means we have the Vex off balance. Press the advantage, Guardian.
That's the time bridge. And the restorative mind. That capacitor just lit up. You know what to do.
I wasn't going to, dude. I'm not dumb. I'm waiting for Daniel to get pulled.
There we are.
Right where Sorry is. Right where Sorry is. Yeah, right here. Mhm.
Okay, so it's crouching all along, right?
Yeah, so just like sit behind me.
That got its
Sit behind me,
attention.
Daniel. Basically. Once you run out of ammo, I got the ads. Once you run out of ammo, switch. Like once you run out of special.
I did, yeah.
No, I'm talking to, no, Daniel, stop, Daniel. Only from the left side. Only from the side we're at.
Okay.
Hey, switch with me, sorry.
All done. Okay.
Once
And then
again,
grab this chest
the
right
mirror
here.
of time stands whole. Within, the reflections of the past shimmer as starlight.
Got it.
If the mind had succeeded,
Did you
I've
ask?
got,
ancients may have
yeah,
gone
yeah,
the
I
way
got
of
everything.
Mercury.
I got even
Thanks
one
to
exotic
you,
engram,
Venus
so that's
shall
really
stay in perfect,
the best
living,
possible.
real.
That is the best. Yeah. So we are going to be able to do that. Let me see if there's anything else in there. Because in addition to the gauntlet, I got that exotic engram, which was dropped. And I used 3 of coins earlier, so that's pretty good. So that's really
Nice.
very good. Really appreciate it. And obviously my Warlock is now 4400, which is what I've been striving towards already for a little while. And
That's the last character for that, right?
That's right, yeah. We have just Hunter left with 2 extra points, I think 3 extra points, but that's now... Yes, that's right, yeah. Yep.
It's
It's
Fever
because
Crisis drops up to 390
the...
from the chest. Oh yeah.
Yeah. The reason that I'm not doing it like that is because every character provides a walkthrough, you know, for the viewers. So it's a bit like you get 3 exotic swords on your Titan. You can always import weapons. You know, you do everything exotic in there, and then you can use them on all characters. I do some of it for some of my favorite weapons, but generally I want the viewers to be learning as we go along, because generally, at most times, I will have your true Destiny veterans on board, like I've obviously got 2 of you today, and then people who watch on different platforms, they kind of learn from our discussions and from our activity. Do you know what I mean? Some people are interested in doing speedruns, like for instance what Zach can obviously provide. You get other people wanting to know more about weapons, you have people who ask a lot of questions, and the channel is basically entirely dedicated to our community, so it's not based on anything else, and people learn a lot. I get lots of messages from, you know, people all over the world saying, oh, I never knew this was great, your community member said, you know, such and such, and we learned from it. And that's the idea, because I could obviously import weapons from Titan and do it. You know, maybe we'll do that in the future, but still the idea is to kind of that's right. That's right, yeah. It's actually a gaming dialogue channel. It's called DRBMiller Gaming Dialogue, but because it's very lengthy in title, I couldn't really squeeze it in, so I just abbreviated it. But if you look, if you be double check my Twitter or Instagram, you'll see it says DRBMiller Gaming Dialogue Channel, because it's all about talking, you know, and communicating, connecting with people worldwide. So, well, obviously we completed, so what we can do is we can quickly go back to the tower for me to do the engram and a few other things, and then we can do anything you like, really. We can do Siva Heroic Strikes, we can do the Nightfall as well if you want. See, it will not be difficult for you.
Time to do raids, Kappa.
Well, not yet, really. I want to prepare for the raids, because I don't really have you know, much knowledge on them, and then hampering the team effort is something I never want to do in any circumstances, you know, be it either in video gaming or elsewhere. And do you know what I mean? The idea is to kind of get prepared, and then we'll do raids consistently, and in fact we can build, you know, several teams and then do them on regular basis, which is the idea. The idea is to maybe migrate to Destiny 2 with all the seasons and, you know, everything else that's obviously still to come, and we'll do the most interesting activity in Destiny 1, in addition to maybe some tutorials. I may open up like 1 day a week a learning channel in Destiny 1, you know, that sort of thing, so people can simply come in and learn and ask questions. We can integrate that with Discord and, you know, other channels, and then make sure it's very, very interactive. I'd be quite curious to see if they will be redoing Destiny 1, because they want to have
doubtful.
everything in that Destiny universe, you know, with seasons and everything that's associated with Destiny 2 Forsaken. And it's certainly a possibility in due course, because Destiny 1 has massive fan base, and there may be some, you know, there may be some issues technically if they were to integrate everything together, but it looks good at the moment. I think all the news are very positive, and I'm sort of quite encouraged and very hopeful about all that is to come, compared to maybe 2 years ago where people were really disappointed with the sequels. It's really not very good at all.
Sure you know what you're aiming.
Chaotic neutral, and I've got a legendary weapon from an ordinary blue engram, so that's also pretty good. Double whammy. So let's see, exotic item in here. Well, guess what? I got an exotic gauntlet. So it looks like I've got 2 gauntlets of 400 at once. So that's actually even better than expected. So let's just have a look. So we have this one. That's the Ocean Vicebrae. And there we are. The milestone has been reached. I'm now 4,400 on my Warlock, thanks to my community members. And there we are. Let us just quickly have a look at the other gauntlet. The gauntlet is also, well, it's an exotic one. And no, it's actually not for my Hunter. It's for Titan. So I can just place it in the vault. And that's very good. I don't really think I have that one on my Titan. So there we are. That's all 4,400. Obviously I can work on these perks, which is what I will do very, very shortly. And we still need to work on Stormcaller, because Stormcaller is not fully done and dusted. I still have 3 perks to be unlocked. So do you guys know what I need to do in order to unlock these?
Bounties.
Bounties.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that would be the top bounties from Zavala.
No, just literally any bounties. They give a ton of XP.
Okay. Okay. So any bounties from Xander could be picked up. See the Heroic Strikes bounties and Vanguard and all of that. And okay, we'll do that.
Also, I believe the Shiro bounties from the Iron Temple, but like those aren't really worth it.
What Shiros?
Shiro's bounties, the Cade 6 lookalike in the Iron Temple.
Yeah, yeah. Are those which heroes? So these are more powerful bounties, right?
Yeah, but they aren't worth it, to be honest. They're a lot longer.
I see. You need... Yeah. We'll go for short and sweet, and we'll just beef up on the experience points there. So that sounds good to me. So just bear with me. I'll very quickly get rid of all of that unnecessary stuff in there. And... oh, I've got that one as well. That's pretty good. So we'll put Memory for Winter, and we'll infuse that for 400. I had so many...
To be honest, though...
You know, I had so many Warlock artifacts of 400 which were also blue so far, which is a bit uncanny compared to all the other ones. Some of the items were really hard to get. Surima, Memories, Corey...
You know, grinding a level 30 Crota Deathsinger checkpoint through Crota is going to be your quickest way of getting XP, though. So you just, like, save... you have one person save the Deathsinger checkpoint and then switch characters. While you would do the Deathsinger checkpoint by shooting 2 rockets into each Shrieker, or 1 sleeper shot into each Shrieker, and then killing the wizard. Okay. And they come back in the other character and you 2-man Crota. That's the quickest way to gain XP, just in general. Because it's 1500 XP per encounter there, and it's about 40 seconds per encounter, and then about a minute or so of loading. A few minutes of loading, rather.
Sounds good. If you could just repeat that slowly for our viewers as well, because obviously I will not be able to take everything on board, but for anybody else who wants to be doing, you know, chasing basic experience points or getting them in a very large quantity, this is the best way. So if you just tell us again, we need to do exactly what?
So you get a level 30 Deathsinger checkpoint, switch characters, or have a friend switch characters rather. You solo the Deathsinger checkpoint by shooting 1 sleeper into each Shrieker.
Okay.
And then killing the Deathsinger, and they should be joining back up as about as you're starting Crota. Or like before you start Crota rather. And then you do 2-man Crota, which is pretty easy. And so the entire thing depending on how quick you are, is like 5 minutes to 10 minutes
Well, yeah,
per critical.
you know, I do get people who are wanting to really increase the levels more rapidly, and there are such questions, and that's very, very useful. In fact, well, this maybe take a note and then make a posting on my blog, because people could be interested in finding out tips and tricks of that sort. So maybe this is what we can do together sometime. Just go through different tips, and I'll jot them down and obviously write up a blog. The idea was that on the blog I would have articles that are providing kind of tips for more advanced type of gameplay in Destiny 1, getting exotic weapons, how to reduce certain things if you are in raids, and that sort of thing. So that would be very, very useful indeed, and I'm sure many people appreciate it. I'm not sure what you've seen, but last week I had there was one gamer from Sweden, and there was someone from Finland, and there was also somebody from the US, and they didn't have the full Monty really with Destiny collection. They had one piece missing, which is Rise of Iron, so they're still leveling up to about 350, and they were asking about such things, how to really beef up on experience points, and I told them, well, the trouble is, if you don't have Rise of Iron, then it'd be impossible to access certain sections of the game, such as Siva Heroic Strikes or any others that would provide the top-notch weaponry and kit. But still, they appreciated the advice, and we worked together, and they were kind of moving up the ladder really with their experience points and levels. So it was very enjoyable. So what shall we do next? What do you fancy? Yeah?
I should get back
Sure.
to my studies.
Okay.
What are the modifiers this week for those?
Well, we'll revisit very shortly, but one of those was Juggler. One of those. Arcburn. Yeah.
I'm just checking Discord real fast. I'm in a server that posts them.
Mm. They weren't particularly difficult this
Arcburn,
week.
Juggler, Catapult. Cool. So basically solely subclass grenade spam.
Well, I have to say that after doing them several times this week, I also felt that there's a hidden mod in there, which is not stated, and that's grounded. Anytime I jumped, I was killed instantly, and it doesn't say that grounded is being used. So, a bit funny. You don't think so?
Possible without the other half.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Yes, it was. No, that was the problem with, because I wasn't using my fusion rifle, and that was part of the problem. But it's possible that I was being literally just downed by other enemies with very powerful fusion rifles, and therefore I felt if I jumped, I was instantly killed. It's a possibility. Just that it was my experience, not just yesterday, but throughout the whole week, because I've been just doing literally Siva strikes back to back the whole week since Tuesday, because I want to get to that gauntlet of 400, and I just felt, because I've done very many of them, that the mods in some of them are different to what is described. Do you know what I mean? If let's say that 20 strikes, you can actually tell the difference in some of them. Some actually work out perfectly well, as expected. Then suddenly have a strike was like 10 times more difficult for some reason, and you can't work out why. Well, I couldn't work out why. Obviously, you guys may be able to work it out. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what happened to me quite a few times this week. But then I guess using one of those fusion rifles will do the job, right? Using just, well, at the moment, my sleeper is on the Titan, but in here I have Darkblade Spite, and it works quite well. So I can use Darkblade Spite on some of the witches, right? Would you agree? Yeah, Dark Blade Spite. Fusion rifle. Quite a good fusion rifle, yeah.
It's the fusion rifle from the what was it? Not Malak, but the other one that
Alakul.
was released with Taken King. That's like the General of Oryx.
Alakul,
yeah.
Alakul, yeah, the one who's in
Yeah,
the
Alakul.
pit in there. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Saladin's Vigil.
Saladin's Vigil. That's the one. Yeah.
I prefer Found Verdict myself, but you know.
Yeah, the
Oh
fact
yeah,
that
fusion
Verdict
rifle,
I
best
don't
fusion rifle
have.
in the game is definitely Saladin's Vigil if you're going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh really? Yeah, I've got one of those as well, and it does, yeah. Let me see, I've got it. Zach will
The
know that.
assist. I'm pretty sure that for the assist you have to not get the kill. You have to like shoot at it and then the other person gets the kill. But I mean, I've not really tried for those bounties ever. So I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I can tell you
Also,
that.
whenever I was doing, I forget what bounty I was doing, but it was like, I think it was maybe like melee kills or some shit. But it was, I realized that there was like a time limit, like a refresh rate to when you could get the medals. Like you can't just like stack up on a ton of medals of the same kind every
I
like
see. So it
1
works
second,
against
you know?
you then. Yeah.
You have to
I
wait
mean,
like
I
10,
can tell
20
you
seconds
that
before you get the medal again.
the one that Sorry was describing is called Cold Shots, right? And it says get assist to earn concentrated fire medals in severe crisis strikes. And I actually put on one of those yesterday. I picked it up yesterday before cracking on with the strike, and I've got here 2 out of 5. So maybe we can try it if you want. Sorry, we can just
Sure.
literally look at some of the enemies in isolation as we are doing the strike. And what I'll do is I'll chisel off, a bit of their health. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah,
It's possible.
that's
Yeah.
definitely true.
It's possible, but
Um,
what we'll do is I'll use either my sniper or my fusion rifle, and then obviously when the enemy is, I don't know, 5%, 10% or something, then we look at the yellow bar enemies, and then you can just whack him. So that will be registering, because we did have that yesterday during the day, and I completed 2 out of 5 on assist medals. So that. Honestly. Yeah, I think that it's probable that you finish it when you were in a strike like what we've done yesterday, meaning other people are firing and there are loads of enemies in there. You know what I mean? So one can't actually tell what enemy's been killed, and some enemies would have taken maybe 5-6 shots, and therefore they had very little life left, and therefore it registers. So that's a possibility. Or the other way around, the fact that you were doing that, you didn't kind of manage to neutralize the enemy at the end, but somebody else got in and indeed completed that kill. I mean, we can try it. We can literally test it and find out, in order for you to learn. Yeah. Because like I said, you want to find out all about the mechanics of it, in-game mechanics, and we'll find out. I just want to ask you something else. I've taken the Saladin's Vigil from the vault, and presently it's 381 attack. And let me just double check whether I have another Darkblade Spite. But would you recommend that I increase by infusing Darkblade Spite with Saladin's Vigil? Because Saladin's Vigil is a superior rifle. It obviously works better.
The Saladins that you have, it depends on the role.
Okay. Which is Darkblade Spite. Okay, let me just put it back in. That's no worries. Be just a second. I was just reflecting on what you guys said. I'll put this back in, and then I'll equip Darkblade Spite. No, I've done actually something wrong. I beg your pardon. Where's it gone now? Yeah, that's right. I need to
It's
find
significant.
where the weapon went.
It's not significant enough for a Titan to switch over to an Arc subclass, though, especially on Catapult.
Okay.
Thermite grenades are just too good.
Devil's Dawn. We'll put Darkblade Spite on. And yes, it is. Yeah. It needs cleaning up. Yeah.
My vault
Indeed.
is completely full as well, dude.
No, you have a lot of people who are collecting, but with me, generally I am a collector for certain, but in this game, the reason as to why the vault was kind of filled up fast was to do with the learning process. I wasn't sure what I should keep, what had to be discarded and that sort of thing, but obviously I know it, and it's just that I didn't have time outside of my broadcast, which is usually like 5-6 hours a day, to do a proper cleanup, because it's best done outside of your broadcasting hour, just clean it all up. And actually Zach and me talked about this, and I said that my principle generally is I'll keep the weapons that are currently or frequently used, the ones I quite like, and that's going to be probably on each slot maybe 3 weapons. And if it's 3 weapons, then it is like legendary and exotic, 3 legendaries and 3 exotics. So I'll have to spend some time. The priority was really getting my characters to 400, so then I can do everything else at my leisure. That was the idea. And let me just see. Yeah, that's right. All the other artifacts, everything else which is in inventory, basically that's right, that would be armor and general. Well, that's going to be the next step, step by step, because let me... Yeah. That's right.
I disagree with that, personally.
Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility as well. But I just want to ask, sorry as well, you've been with Destiny from the beginning? You played it literally from the beta days and that, yeah. Really? What's the number of hours? I want to know. Yeah. Okay. So about 7,000 altogether, roughly. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's astonishing. Zach, are you close to that?
I think I'm 3,000 on this account, and then like a couple hundred on my second account. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but absolutely, and that's the benefit of having a very, very strong community on channel. Because I learned everything from my community members, and the reason as to why lots of Destiny veterans come to this channel, be it as followers or just passers by, is sort of the fact I stream Destiny every single day, and people like quality content. They like our conversations, and just like what you said, people discover something they've not known before, and it's of tremendous benefit. And I've come across that so many times. Usually it is about how a certain weapon or certain artifact is used more than the actual process in which you're getting something. But obviously lots of people not know about those cheese spots, like what we were doing in there with the boss, and lots of different bits and pieces. So there's always something to learn, because Destiny is massive. It's absolutely enormously big, and lots of things could be always discovered through our conversations, and that's what happens almost every single day. So really enjoyable, and I'm very glad that you discovered that today.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, let's get straight.
We are going to be cracking on.
Hey, sorry for you. Do you know? Oh no, launch. Get out of here. Let's go.
Okay.
Sorry for you. Do you know the cheese for Siege Engine on Wrath? Do you know the cheese for the Siege Engine encounter on Wrath of the Machine?
In the raid, Wrath of the Machine.
The one after Vosik. No. I mean, you can pop the Sunbreaker super, which is the hammers for Titan. Throw 5 hammers on the ground, and as you are throwing your 5th hammer, you pick up the part, and that will make... can you launch a strike, please? And that will make it so that the part does not show up in your hands until you hit the triangle button. So you can run up to the ship, hit triangle, and then deposit it. Yeah. Was it HP? Was it?
The Vex still more.
I think it was HP that discovered the glitch.
But for the Vex, time is relative. In one moment, a construct is lost. In the next, it is reborn.
Oh, Vosik the
When a
Archpriest?
powerful part of the network is lost.
Vosik the
restorative
Archpriest.
mind
That's who made
is
the
summoned.
bridge glitch.
It has begun
For
creating
Crota.
a bridge through time.
Not
A
the glitch, the
bridge
cheese.
that if
Cheese.
it is not
The cheese.
destroyed, we'll see the
The way to solo it, like the self-res glitch, the self-res thing. Mhm. Yeah. Solo, dude.
I'm detecting a series of concentric
Echo
barriers
chamber again.
around the bridge
Yeah.
side.
That's disappointing,
They
because we've
protect
just
the
done
time
it.
bridge and seek to undo what we have done.
Ugh. Do we?
Unless I'm mistaken,
Oh,
barrier
yeah.
technology of this nature is unstable.
She's right. Find an arc source. You can use it to short out the barriers. down.
Hey, 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 hey. No
I got
swearing.
Guardian down.
Oh, shit. I just got abused by those things. No, I just got completely wrecked by the things that came out of the ship right then.
Where's the sniper?
I got him.
No, I've eliminated 2 of them. This one's still there. Yeah, he's gone now.
You guys can finish up the ads. I'm gonna start running the relic.
Okay. The other one's also gone. My fusion rifle does the business in here, so you could see. I think there's no enemies left in there. Destroyed them all already.
Ew, jeez, I went too fast.
Yeah, all the snipers have been eliminated. Something is attacking me from above. I don't know what it is.
Where we see beauty, the Vex see imperfection. Every planet, every being must be made anew.
Okay.
Next one is this portal up here. Or not, they're just gonna spawn there again, never mind.
Well, this one we destroyed.
Oh, you don't want to because we're trying to get, I guess, streets and shit, so.
There's this Minotaur in there.
You get the ones from behind, I'll get the ones that spawn up top.
Something killed me. There was 3 Minotaurs in there. Got rid of them, but I think one of those other ads must have caught me. Where are they? No, they're there. Well, that's all done. Okay. Can you shoot and hold the relic at the same time?
No, I'm
You
throwing
can't.
a bunch of grenades because I have nade spam for days, dude.
Yeah. So you can be
Dude,
holding relic and
taking all
throwing
of a sudden.
grenades, right?
Yeah, you get faster grenade charge when you're holding a relic, and I have Simmering Flames Grenadier. So yeah, I'm getting a ton of grenades.
I got it.
It'd be the same thing for like a Void Warlock, but I can actually move quick like this. Shit, dude.
No swear
Oh,
words,
that's
please,
an
because
arc.
mods are gonna block us.
Thank you, thank you. Daniel, this is why I mute myself, dude. I don't know how you can use storm grenades, bro.
Guardian down.
Got the relic deposited.
My hidden caught this attempt at abusing the timeline. But how many have
Y'all should be able to do normal respawns
Does
now.
the world stand as it does because of
Like
the
5-second
Vex?
respawns.
Yeah, they're fairly fast.
However, it was not.
Guardian down.
Oh, jeez.
Guardian down.
Didn't know it would be a one-shot. No. I already deposited the relic.
Where about you?
Both the Cyclops are dead. Shotgun OP, dude. Found verdict. Yeah, found verdict, dude. Of course. Thing is freaking broken. It would probably be faster and more efficient to do the boss normally, like, right now. But whatever. I'll do whatever.
That's the time bridge. And the restorative mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he just found verdict at the death. Airborne Specialist Arc Burn. Easy clap. It's right here, right?
That
Yeah.
capacitor just
Yep.
lit up. You know what to do.
I give that one a miss.
Attention.
Hey, sorry, can I get in the front, please?
You can, yeah. What was the rocket launcher used? Galahorn?
I can sense the river of time.
No,
Its
Hunted
waters
Us.
flow again on their
Okay.
course. The Nexus mind is unmade, and the Vex are denied
I'm gonna try for Malgo.
a powerful construct. Very well done.
Nope. Oh, shit, no. That is probably merciful.
Mystic Drain I got. Anything else? Well, it didn't drop anything much, so...
By the way, I'd save all my skeleton keys at this point for my hunter. If I were you.
Okay. Yeah. That's exactly. Yeah. That's right. Unfortunately, that happens so frequently. When you really need them, you don't get any. And then at other times, they keep popping up. Well, that's Bungie for you. They made it tricky. A long grind. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, that's right.
I actually don't remember it being that bad. I constantly raided, so like, it wasn't that bad for me.
Yeah, if you're doing
that
the
was even
raids,
when, like,
then
Wrath
it's much
was the
faster.
only
That's true.
way to do
That's true. But I can tell our friend that I did manage to increase the light level from 393 to 400 in about 2 weeks. But I guess it was less difficult because of all the community members coming in, advising and doing things together, you know? But otherwise doing anything solo takes forever. It was taking me a long while on my Warlock to get to 393. And on my Titan as well, 398 to 400 can be a very long grind indeed. And you always get what you don't need, right? When you need something, you're not getting it. The game knows it. Unfortunately, make sure that you have to be the game knows it.
All right.
Ooh, wait.
That's right.
Old missile silos near the bunker.
Hey, sorry, come back real quick. I want to see if you know how to do this.
From my glimmer? Yeah. And
The flying.
Target anything that moves. Every
Yeah.
kill gets
You know how to do like this?
slicer or hive to be warped by Siva.
I'm picking up several
Well,
concentrated
Zach can
Siva
teach you.
nodes ahead.
I don't even want to try it because I get killed.
The splicers are using Siva to augment the silo's old defense protocols.
That stuff is really fun to
Got the
do.
inner doors sealed tight.
Looks
If you wanna
awesome,
get
but
inside,
for me
you need to
it
find and
reads
destroy
instant
those Siva
death,
nodes.
suicide, kamikaze. Jerry says,
I
Daniel,
spent
don't do
hours on
kamikaze.
detecting that.
Jerry usually tells me, Daniel, don't do kamikaze. So, which is what I do sometimes.
I've pinpointed another Siva node.
Titan skating? Titan skating is easy, just mash X. It's a real lower arm workout, but like
Yes, some are really
you can
hard
mash
to
it
learn.
real quick. You know what you can do? Do you have an electric toothbrush? So what you can do, and I found this out the other day from some speedrunners, is you can put the toothbrush on your X button, turn it on, like, and if you're holding it in like the right spot, it'll make you have like 43 X clicks per second. And it makes you go just ridiculously fast.
Picking up one more node. Let's go get it.
So the entire time when we were doing Coda speedruns, we were just joking about toothbrush skating the entire time. It was amazing. I wonder if I can do this.
This door won't budge until we destroy any nearby
I'm just
Siva.
literally destroying all the ads in there for the XP. That's what it is. And I'm succeeding. I neutralized the vast majority. There's so many of them in there. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wonder if this wall is thin. It is thin. Let's go. Rip. Goodbye.
That's the last node. Security protocols are clear and
Can I get a res?
Push
Yeah,
forward,
coming
Guardian.
to res you.
Oh,
Hang
you
on.
want to see what killed me? Here, watch this.
Splicers have fortified the
Was
entrance.
that
We've
Shrieker,
got heavy
right?
resistance.
Oh no, I killed myself.
Driven the hive
I
for
fell off,
Oh.
dude. I fell off the map.
Fight through it.
Yeah.
I'm pinging new Siva energy spikes below us. Multiple nodes.
Sorry, I fell
all
off the
powering
map.
another
You want to see how I did that?
But I
Yeah.
can't nail down their locations. The readings are too
Behind you.
sporadic.
Behind you.
You know what to do, Guardian. Find those nodes, unload on them,
Oh, yeah.
Can I get a res?
Yeah, you will, yeah.
Look at how far down I go.
Guardian down.
There we are. Just watch out for the shriekers, they'll respawn.
I was trying to see if I could get past that door, go into the next area quick, but yeah, no. Like, there's one place I can jump on, but I can't clip past it. I'm dead.
Guardian down.
I should be dead.
It's hard to get a clean reading down here. Keep moving. The closer we get to each node, the easier they are to match.
Oh, right there.
All right, still getting strong SIVA readings. There must be another node. Looks like the splicers have taken this hatchery. The high bioorganic architecture is still intact, but there are microbursts of SIVA activity all around us.
Used to be the Fallen would attack for resources, for survival, revenge.
I know a perfectly
To
safe
invade
spot.
a hive nest like this? SIVA's changed them.
Yep.
That did it. No idea what those nodes were
I've seen other
protecting, but
people
the
use
barrier's
it.
down.
Hang on, I've gone the wrong area. Where am I?
Your all that
Ouch.
stands between the Splicer's High Priest and whatever mad science he's cooking up down there. End this.
I'm easy. I've seen other people use it.
Did you find the High Priest?
I'm in my safe spot. Look at
Let's
me.
get a closer look at that thing.
I'm inside of a wall. Nope. I'm just safe.
Yeah. No.
Nothing can harm me here. It's pointless, but you know.
You see where
I'm gonna
sorry
come out.
is? Somebody was doing that yesterday as well.
Got
In
this to jump
strike.
to. Yeah,
Seated
take
in
me,
there.
go to this back wall, crouch, clip.
Yeah. That's right, people die many times in here.
Hey, sorry, look behind you.
Yeah, he is, yeah. He's going in and out of the wall. Zach knows all the tricks. 1 minute you see him, next minute you don't. All those tricks.
Alright, right here, maybe?
Okay,
Yeah, if you just started, I should get pulled.
okay.
Makes you
Oh,
wonder
shit.
what they're willing to do to us.
Sounds like you're about to
I'll
find
just
out.
respawn.
Eyes up, Guardian.
No way in. No, you're not there. I thought you were.
I mean, I'm there.
Yeah, I couldn't revive you though.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to. There's no way in the heck you're doing that.
Oh no.
Alright, I'm gonna apply melting point. Melting point on. Oh jeez, I just got lasered. Bring the ogre over to him. Sorry, watch out for the ads.
I got killed. Wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, it should. There's also a spot where you can just straight up de-aggro the ogre and it'll keep on respawning in the middle.
Thank you.
Oh jeez, how do you not stagger?
No, I got killed instantly there for some reason as well. I literally respawned.
Oh, you got melted by Shanks. I got melee by the boss.
No, no. Well, maybe. But it was Splicer Priest that killed me.
Oh, he lasered you, yeah.
Yeah.
After he finished stomping on me, since you were low health from getting blasted by the Shanks, he
Probably.
started
yeah.
lasering you and then
That was in
ended your
seconds.
career, dude.
That's right. I was air conditioned.
Nothing point on. He's almost dead. Finish him off, please. Couple shots. Or get my res. One or the other. Can be effective here. Hey, sorry, can you put a couple shots into the boss? Thank you.
What a mess. The High
Whoa, I
Priest wasn't
rezzed
looking to
way
run
the hell
out of stuff on
away.
me. He was just removing their body parts to be joined with Siva.
Bioengineering's become the Splicer's main MO. We're lucky to have dropped their high priest before he could perfect any of this madness, but
Yeah,
it's gotta make you
Ooh,
wonder,
what's
a bit
this?
randomized.
what other perversions are they planning?
Did you get anything at all? I didn't get anything much. Just one wall of bonds.
You're not going to get anything from these anymore, except for skeleton keys, which are good to have.
That's right, I'll be collecting my skeleton keys as many as. That's the idea.
And then you want to look at. You can stack them as you can stack them. You can stack them up to 5, but you can have multiple stacks. So right now on my Titan, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 full stacks plus 2 keys. And then in my vault, I have like 10 stacks or something ridiculous. Amalgo loop farming. Or stolen will farming. Either one. I want... Yeah, but there's also stolen will as well, but I want a, spray and play instead of, explosive rounds version of a Fatebringer as well. Or, no, sorry, spray and play instead of Firefly, it is. I think that's the role that you want.
The Black Garden may not stay among us for long. Something has begun to repair the schism torn by its
No, I
destruction.
don't. Oh yeah, I used to play
Vex
Trials a
now
bunch.
flood the garden channels
But
to
not
protect
really
it.
super
We
competitively.
must stop
I
believers
never got
before they seal
flawless.
the garden
It was so many times. I was in a diamond rank for a little bit on a Destiny Tracker. You have the burning eye?
I like this place better when it's dead.
Oh wait, why are we?
No,
What?
sorry, that's my fault actually. I was just reading some messages that were coming in, and I'm not very good in multitasking, you know. Well, I am. I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad, but if you have like half dozen things happening at the same time, then it gets a bit difficult. In here, I would not know. There's other places. Yeah, I will do it. I need to just get rid of that Minotaur first. Let me see where you are. Where are you? Yeah. Let me just have a look. Hang on. I need to see. Just a minute. I don't see you. Where about you? Yeah, I'm being hit from everywhere. Just a minute. No, I got killed now. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Hell's breaking loose.
Hey Daniel,
Yeah.
try to do a jump and then X and then melee. So jump X and melee really quickly. Like together.
No,
It's like do your single jump and then hit melee and then X really quickly together afterwards. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of there. Yeah. Once you get full health again, come res me. Or pop your super and come res me would be the better plan. Swap your super. Get out. You're
am I
gonna
reviving
die.
you or not? Hold on, why wasn't I reviving you?
Because you weren't close enough, and then you got killed by the.
No, I know, I got killed by
Hydra
Hydra.
head.
Yeah, but I was going to sneak in. That was my fault, really. Doesn't matter.
Juggler, dude. Doesn't give you the ammo from the ground. It doesn't give you like mercy ammo if you have ammo on the ground. It's another part of it.
That's the modifier.
No, but if it doesn't give you the mercy ammo if you have ammo on the ground, so you have to like go collect it. It's the other hidden part of Juggler.
It can be very annoying if you are, doing selection strikes, and I think there's a particular uncanny combination of this one, Juggler, with another mod that makes it like really hard, but I'm not sure what the other one is. I did see it a few times though.
Everything shoots arc there. Holy crap. Always be aggressive. My rule number 1 is always be aggressive in strikes. No need to kill ads when there's an arrow.
Kill first before you get killed, right? That's the idea.
Nah, fam, if there's an arrow, you don't need them. You're welcome. YOLO, boy. Oh, crap. The pushback barrier. No! I'm gonna die! Can I get a res?
Yes.
Nope, never mind. You just ran away.
Yeah, coming.
I could have sworn you were gonna lose
look
that
at
fight with
them.
that
So
goblin.
many of them in there. And they killed me. There are 10 of them respawned in there, and I was just about to revive you. Did
That
not see.
pushback barrier, though.
So many of those out there. So don't worry, I'll respawn. Don't come close, because too many of those around me.
Dang, I think I heard. Oh, it's respawn at 4 seconds right now, so we're good.
Yeah, that's good. There's a sniper somewhere, yeah.
There's still one up, actually.
I did eliminate a few of them. It's okay. Yeah, it's relentless. It's actually relentless.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on a sword real fast. I'm gonna do some glitching. For the boss room. I know best safe area.
Oh yeah, where that is it?
You're not able to. You can only get on a Titan. You have to do some. I don't know which one you mean, but yeah, top left. Yeah, very. Cool, will do. Up there. I go up there. Yeah, there. I'm not sure if that's how I do it, but I go here. To oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. In here. Yeah. Yep. From this place, yeah. Well, usually what I do, I go up and down here, run, and then use my rocket launcher on Nexus. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll have my fusion rifle on at the moment.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Melting point going on. Now. Melting point.
Yeah, he's gonna be gone shortly.
Melting point. Melting point.
Oh, he's almost done.
Guardian down.
Go up and super him, yeah. Make sure you're getting damage.
Gone. Super did it at the end. Close range, but that the brick killed me.
Why isn't the game just rezzing me yet? Come on.
The Black Garden remains here among the light.
I just got cleanup completed.
The Vex will never cease until their birthplace is restored, and we must keep it here until we can understand its origins.
Yeah, it can be really very hectic. Can be quite difficult as the Nightfall strike as well. Which one?
Not really. You don't have to, but you can.
Yeah.
Just pop on an icebreaker.
Okay. I didn't actually complete the bounty. Yeah.
Shoot to loot. Yep. I have an Izumi with that perk. And it's really nice. I use it in 2-man totems on Kingsfall.
All the weaponry in Destiny 1, eh? Always something new to find.
Sorry, do you know how to 2-man Kingsfall? 2-man totems?
Say again?
Like straight up, you know how to like straight up 2-man totems on Kingsfall?
2-man totems.
So the second encounter on Kingsfall, like, not the boss, like the one right before the first boss on Kingsfall, do you know how to 2-man that? Like, just two people complete it.
The second king is dead, yet still his armies writhe and claw at our worlds. Even as you led the assault on the Dreadnought, a powerful taken war beast fled.
Oh, you play to relax.
The shrine to Oryx.
That's
The
right.
would-be Prince Malak works to perfect a dark sorcery. He must be destroyed.
Dude, your fastest Kingsfall is not under an hour, though. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure your fastest Kingsfall isn't under an hour. Yeah.
Guys, just hold on a
Fastest
second.
390 is 1 hour 3 minutes.
Just hold on a second. Jasper Kitsun's here, and I want to say hello to Jasper. Hello, Jasper. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being here with us today. We are doing a selection of Siva Heroic Strikes, and thank you for watching. Yeah, carry on.
I'm wondering if that's the same Jasper from the... Alright, cool. Go for it.
Yeah, coming over. Yeah. Jasper's saying that he is good, and he is actually playing Destiny right now as well. That sounds great. We are all doing it at the moment, by the looks of it. We are all in the thick of it. Oh no. Yep. Yeah, let me just find you. Need to see where you are, hold on.
I wasn't going to, dude. Chill out. I listened well, dude.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. Yeah, so this sounds good. Okay, let's see. No worries. Jasper says he's gonna get his Titan to the level 20. Well, that sounds great. Hope you're doing well. Hope the activities are enjoyable. We're jumping. In fact, I can tell Jasper that what I did manage to do today was to get to 400 level, 400 on my Warlock, thanks to my friends here. Really very, very happy with that, because I was
we're all
waiting
dead.
to get to 400. Yeah.
Yeah, the witch killed me.
That's right, it was that wizard.
If Daniel wasn't standing in that spot, she would have come out and I would have Dark Drinkered her immediately, but she ended up bolting because Daniel was standing in the weird spot.
I was just experimenting there.
Not blaming him or anything, but just like, yeah. You don't want to stand there because it aggroes the wizard while she's in the door, which is not good, ever.
Those wizards are a real menace. Jasper says, that's really cool. Well, thank you, Jasper. We are having a lot of fun in here. And...
Hey, sorry, can you not stand there, please? Can you not stand there, please? See how you're aggroing the wizard while she's still inside the door? Yes, yeah. You don't want to do that. So don't stand there, dude. It's a really bad spot. And then plus, if you don't stand there, like if she doesn't get aggroed inside the door, she comes out slowly and then I can Dark Drinker her.
Yeah, these trolls are a real menace. Hang on, I'll revive you. It's alright. No, I'm coming. There we are. No worries. And Jasper says I got to get the exotic Tycoon arm called ACD or Feedback Fence. Well, I managed to get...
Feedback fences are pretty underwhelming.
I managed to get 2 gauntlets at the end of that strike that we were doing.
Ouch. Res, please.
Yeah, that wizard was Dark Drinkered. Dark Drinker's very good for those troubles. Jumping high enough, that's all. With some of them. Jasper Kitsune said he wants to get that Titan arm called ACD Feedback Fence. Exploiting trolls.
I shot it. So what happened, I shot it, and then normally, you know how you like headshot those cursed thralls and they die, like when you're using a hand cannon? You like shoot them once and then they're dead. So I did that, ran forward, and they just decided not to die though. So I got wrecked.
I got killed by something in there as well, not sure what. Thank you. I'm just gonna use my super. No idea. We're just suddenly dead.
Take and exude blight wherever they go. Just one of the agonies of their existence. Malak has begun to control
Oh no,
that
that's
blight,
the big
empowering
consumed
it at his
centurion
command.
killed me. He's up there
So,
in top
now we
landing.
know.
Do you know, Zach, about the gauntlet?
Taken power twists, shapes.
Oh, the ACDC, the
average
ACDO
thrall
feedback
does not
fences?
live
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
that's
really
right,
bad.
see its frame reformed.
What? How
Malak
good
has
is it?
lived with this power for many, many
Bad.
years.
Very
His
bad.
hideous skin is a sign
So
of his age,
Zach says
his cruelty.
that gauntlet is perhaps not as strong as it appears to be.
Down.
You're welcome. I
You're
wiped you guys
dead.
forward.
I was able to get 2 gauntlets at the end of that strike, and one was for my Titan and the other for Warlock. And the one I picked up for my Warlock then increased the light level to 400. And Jasper says, well, it's not that much to do with its actual usefulness, but more to do with the appearance. And indeed, some of those
Oh, yeah, that thing looks
items look
amazing.
really, really good. And if one is building one's own community there in any of the social hubs, having really funky outfit really helps, because people notice it and they want to come in and, you know, do the game together with that person, and it really is very, very
Beware,
sociable.
Guardian.
Really
the blight
helps.
will drain your strength, your speed. Do not let Malak dominate this shrine.
Okay. Pick up that. Well. I also picked up a few of those items for, you know, the appearance sake. It really helped. And my character was being obviously noticed a bit more. Yeah, I believe it. The blight.
That blight, why?
We need to keep it in there.
I prefer to destroy it to get the spawns, actually, for ammo's sake.
No, we've done it this week several times in a Nightfall strike. Really helps if it's left there, because
I
you
soloed the Nightfall this week, bro.
Huh?
Like, I soloed the Nightfall this week, man.
Yeah, it's fine. It's one of the ways. You know, obviously you can do it in any other way as well. Because once it's there, then you have...
I prefer to have health regen in this room. Because it's just a pain in the ass to have to, like, kill the other blights to actually allow myself to regen health. I was like, no thanks.
Right, it's down to the style, you know. Some people prefer it, some don't. That's the idea. Different ways of doing it, I guess. Well...
Ooh, jeez, okay. I forgot about the phalanxes back there.
Where's Malak?
God damn, there's phalanxes, dude.
One more rocket will do him. He's gone. He's still alive. Why is he alive? He had like 1% left.
Using his own axiom darts against him. Let's go. He's dead. I'm dead too.
Well, I fired off 6 rockets in him. They did considerable damage, so that's pretty good. And Truth did it. I just want to collect some of that stuff in there as well.
Did she just compliment us?
Legendary engrams. Yeah, I picked up quite a lot of good loot in here. Alright. Any more anywhere? Anything? I don't see anything. No. Alright guys, I'll be ending my broadcast very shortly. Thanks very much for coming and thanks for joining us. Hope you all had fun. And it's been great to hear all the tips and views and, you know, all the other approaches to the game as always. And we should squad up again sometime. As you know, my broadcast is run literally on a daily basis. So anytime you fancy it, just drop us a message and, you know, pop in. And I'll be doing my hunter from tomorrow because obviously I did manage to reach 4400 with what is it? Truth. Where is the other one? There we are. 4400. That's the idea. We've got everything completed, and we'll actually go back to the tower just.
Yeah, dude.
That's one of the benefits of having a big community, you know, a big community associated with the channel, because a lot of people come in every day and they ask for new fireteam members, be it for strikes or for raids or for any other activity. And I always encourage every single community member basically to hook up with everyone else, and therefore obviously do some gaming outside of the broadcasting hour as well. So let me just, I need to get out of here because it is going to bring us back to a strike. And I need to go back to the tower. Likewise, thanks very much for coming. Of course, definitely. What's the holiday tomorrow? What is it for?
Probably doesn't have one.
Is it like a bank holiday? Like a bank holiday, or like a bank holiday, or is it associated with any sort of historic event? Yeah. Well, we have. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's more like a religious holiday. Bank holidays we have always on Mondays or on Fridays, and you get them tied in to Christmas and Easter in Britain, and then we have extra 6 during the year. So it extends your weekend, and it's basically the day where the banks are not having any transactions, you know, like absolutely fully closed, and it's another kind of a non-working day. So you have like an extended weekend, which is obviously always very useful. And that's the idea. But you know what? Yeah, with us. You see, that's what counts. That's most important. And with us, we have, in terms of anything associated with religion, we have Easter and we have Christmas and nothing else. So it's just literally those 2 events in the year. You know? Well, in the US, they imported that from Britain. You know what I mean? It's just like a slave away every day, all year. Yeah, literally like 360 days.
We have like Memorial Day and such that are kind of like your bank holidays.
Remembrance Day, yeah.
Like that kind of thing. Yeah,
I
like
know.
Yeah.
I think we have also our Remembrance Day at Cenotaph.
Well, not for everyone.
But it's like not a public holiday. In Britain, Remembrance Day is not a public holiday. So, anyway, I've got to run. So thank you guys for coming, and let's... No. We have literally just extra 6. Very many. Yeah. well, depending on how you look at it. That's open for discussion. I think some people... Yes, but you know, some people in Britain would prefer the Swedish model, you know, what is it, 20 working hours a week. But, you know, that's just a very minority.
What? Wait, how do you even produce things with people working 20 hours a week? What?
No, I was joking. It isn't 20. They've reduced their 38 hours to about 32 or something like that, you know. It's a different model out there. Anyway,
Jeez,
I've got to race. So thank you for coming. Thanks very much for obviously being valued members of our community. And we'll hook up again tomorrow. We'll, you know, do another lot of strikes and other activities. And I wish you all a very good evening. And, you know, see you soon. Take care, indeed. for the benefit of our viewers, as you could see, we've had Sori, who is our community member from Germany, and we had Zach, our community member from the US. We had lots of fun doing the strikes. We talked about different approaches to, different ideas there within the strikes, and we explored different cheese spots and presented our viewers with maybe some tactics and strategies which could be used with ease if you are looking for maybe a great number of experience points, and some tactics also with weaponry being used, and generally the way to approach some of those situations. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. What I need to do very quickly is I need to quickly do my admin, and then I'll be calling it a night. A bit of a shorter broadcast today. As I said, I had a very, very busy day earlier, and I was not able to deliver my usual broadcast between 10 and 4. But we'll carry on it, and I look forward to that. Although next week we are going to have some interference from E3 and all the events associated with that massive big convention in LA, and therefore we may have some broadcasts also, I guess, adjusted to the schedule, so we'll see. But let me just quickly do the admin. The most important bit of news is my Warlock is now 4400. We got there, and that's obviously all to do with my community members, and I thank you all greatly for that. All of your help, tips, advice and pointers were greatly appreciated. Really terrific. And I'm sure that all of our viewers also enjoyed it a lot. Jasper is saying that honestly, I don't think exotics are good enough to anywhere one. And Jasper says, got Red Death yesterday, looks good, but it's kind of bad. Well, I guess sometimes you'll have very fancy looking kit, which is not particularly useful, and you'll have maybe some weapons, I don't know, like Black Spindle, that perhaps are not really as attractive looking, but actually are very deadly. But that's really a kind of thing which you have in lots of different games. It's basically the usefulness vs cosmetics, and that's how some of the games also make their money, i.e. offering different kinds of starter packs and items which can be purchased, and the items look incredible. Just think of Fortnite, for instance, and they do not have any particular use in the game. So it's just unfortunate the way things are, but we are obviously wanting to collect everything and build our game to the top level, and indeed interact with all of our community members in order to make the actual gameplay as enjoyable as possible. And when you have funky outfits, that's obviously enhancing that social element as well. So let's see what we've got here. Lots of items that I actually do not need, as you could see, these different chest pieces. Warlock Bond, this one is probably 400 as well, right? And then in here loads of different boots which are not necessary, and in here we have also some weapons that we can obviously divorce from. We always keep some of those materials, they're very useful. And let me see, we have also this perk, lightweight. We are going to switch it on. And that's about it. So wonderfully, miraculously, we have 4400 on our Warlock. This is my Warlock 4400, and indeed I'll still do some strikes with this character in order to collect other kit which is of that magnitude, but we are going to be migrating to our Hunter as from tomorrow in order to bring Hunter to 400 as well. Hunter is already on 397, so it shouldn't really take too long, and we have obviously some ideas on what to do with our Hunter in order to raise the bar, so that's all very good. But 4400 looks very likely on 3 characters by the end of this week, and I really look forward to that. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here with us today, albeit for somewhat shorter length of time than usual. And hope you enjoyed all the strikes and our conversations. We had 2 community veterans here with us, Zach and Sori. And Sori, in fact, indicated that he played Destiny roughly between 6,000 and 7,000 hours, and that is absolutely astonishing. And I applaud him for all the time which is obviously spent and invested in the game. And evidently his advice and counsel will be greatly appreciated by all of our community members as well. And as you know, Zach indeed also had spent around I think between 3,000 and 4,000 hours, and is an expert on speedruns. So if anybody wants to know more about certain tactics and tricks in order to complete perhaps all 4 raids as soon or as quickly as possible, then obviously you can ask Zach every single question related to that kind of activity, and he's going to provide you with lots of tips. You would have seen earlier today that he was using some of those glitches to walk through walls and to get to certain buildings, and that can be very, very useful and very effective if in certain raids ones want to utilize on that speed effect. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for watching, for being with us here today, and I wish you all a very, very good night.
This idiotic cipher is malfunctioning. One for the walls. Now think. You see. So, feel